Let's go straight to Tehran. Our correspondent Reza Sayah is waiting for us there. Reza, good evening to you. We've been seeing some of the images from where you are. Give us a sense of what has been happening overnight and happening throughout today.
Yeah, U.S. and Israeli jet fighters once again targeted Tehran and other cities with more airstrikes. And as we've reported almost every day, today again, U.S. and Israeli forces bombed what were clearly non-military sites in broad daylight. And later in the day, U.S. President Donald Trump seemed to boast about it. In the city of Karaj, just east of Tehran, an airstrike hit one of the area's longest bridges that was under construction. 2 people died. Pictures showed a huge slab of the bridge had fallen off after the strike. Few hours later, it was bombed again with another section of the bridge blown away. And that was followed by U.S. President Donald Trump posting the picture on social media saying this is what Iran can expect if there's no agreement. And the bridge is the latest in a growing number of non-military targets that have been hit. Yesterday, a civilian airport in Kashan was hit, fuel depots, hospitals, universities. Iranian leaders point to the UN Charter saying these are clearly war crimes, and they note that European powers and international rights groups have, for the most part, remained quiet, and that's probably why Iran is threatening bridges in the region. They're also stepping up their attacks in coordination with Hezbollah. Hundreds of rockets and ballistic missiles have been launched targeting U.S. assets and bases and industrial hubs in the region, including Amazon's cloud-based data center in Bahrain.
As you point out, a lot of these strikes by the U.S. and Israel do fit within the parameters of war crimes, and certainly the bridge you were talking about, Reza, certainly has the air of a double tap attack. Again, something that could be classified as a war crime. In terms of what Iran is doing to strike back, there's been the word from the official Fars news agency about bridges across the region now sort of within the crosshairs of Iran. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, their position from the time this war started is that we didn't start the war, but we're going to finish it. We didn't target economic and industrial sites and hubs, but if we're getting hit, if ours are getting targeted, we're going to do the same. And that's perhaps why in the past few hours, we've had statements from Iran's military leaders that bridges in the region and Gulf states are going to be targeted. And that's the sense that you've gotten, this tit-for-tat from Iran's leaders. They say as long as they get hit, they're going to hit back. And again, it's this dangerous escalation of violence where you have Iran seemingly growing confidence that they can maintain this fight. They say they're still open to negotiations if the talks are legitimate, if Iran's rights are recognized, but so far, there's no sign of that happening.
Reza, as you're talking to us, we're seeing images, well, now we're seeing images of military leaders, but before that it was damage on the ground, and the state of the devastated places that have been struck is alarming, and I'm wondering whether there is the capacity to cope with the casualties of that. But of course, as of course, part of what is being hit will include health structures, clinics, hospitals and the like, given the fact that there is a dense population centre where these bombs are dropping. Is Iran coping with its casualties? Is there enough to cope?
Yeah, I mean, so far they're coping remarkably well. This is a resilient population. They're showing solidarity, with their military, solidarity with the population. They're working together to take care of the most vulnerable, and they understand that this is going to take a long time to rebuild this country. Some estimates say it's going to take at least a decade and hundreds of billions of dollars. But first, this war has to end. We're in the middle of this war that is now in its 34th day, and Iran's military position seems to be clear now. They seem to be sensing that they have the confidence, and they don't mind if this goes longer. They don't like to see this destruction, but they see this as an opportunity to change the dynamics of the region. They want to make sure if this war ends, it ends on their terms, and they're never going to be threatened again by the U.S. in Israel. And that's why you get the impression that they don't mind, even with the destruction, for this war to continue so it can end on their terms.
Reza Sayah in Tehran, thank you very much indeed for giving us a sense of how things are there in the Iranian capital. Reza Sayah, thank you for joining us live.